I had once been the person who waited for lunch, who thought of dinner as the day's main event. But in Taiwan, breakfast quickly became my favorite meal. The cheese dumpling, the ruropi, the warm, faintly sweet soy milk from the stalls near my school, that became a ritual I lit while I was building. Every morning, I'll collect my small feast, the weight of it swinging from my hand as I made my way to class, fighting the almost unbearable urge to devour it right there on the sidewalk. School was the center of everything. The friends I made, the routine of my days, and even the way I began to understand the city. It was there that I learned from teachers who made room for me in packed classrooms, adapting lessons into simpler text, explaining things twice, all for this girl who had no idea how to speak Mandarin. It was there, too, that I found classmates who watched out for me. Girls who refused to let me drift too far from the group. Boys who offered up words I probably should not have been using. Words that would become my trademark vocabulary as I stumbled through my disgruntled preteen years. When I look back at the school, what strikes me most is not how out of place I must have been, but how rarely I felt it. It was in Taiwan that I first fell in love with cities where people ate out. Not in a grand, fancy way, but in a way where eating out was a part of their daily life. A city where neighbors recognized each other because everyone was always outside, ordering their breakfast on the go, picking up lunch from a stall around the corner, gathering for dinner at a diner, or stuffing their biandang boxes with their favorite side dishes. A city where the boundaries between private and public were blurred in the warmest way, through the food that people in our community made and ate, and a willingness to help each other. Even when my dad worked late into the night, I would spend the afternoon exploring the many restaurants around me with my neighbor or babysitter. And soon the chefs and staff would mention in passing how often they saw me around. It never felt intrusive. It felt like I was being watched over in the best possible way. Sometimes I think back to the years I spent here and simply cannot believe this was once the life I lived. This chapter seems so vividly distinct from the rest of my life, as if it belonged to someone else's entirely. I wonder how all my childhood friends and neighbors are doing. Where are they now? What are they up to? Would we still be able to connect despite the many years that have passed and the language I've slowly forgotten? I hope they're doing well. I hope life gives them as much love and kindness as they once showed me. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but in this case, you welcomed in a stranger who didn't even belong and raised her as your own. And for that, I would always have the utmost gratitude and affection for you.